everyone, this is Jane at Velocity Vet 08 on behalf of Wild Orchid Crafts, the Wild Bunch, and I have a great project that I want to show you today. So I'm going to flip from here to that and I'll be right back. Didn't feel like any time at all, did it? This is a project. This video is going to be explaining this project to you and what I did. I have already done a tutorial for the month on Wild Orchid Crafts, and I don't know if it's okay for me to have two of them. So I did a start to finish on this, and it's going to be on my personal channel if you're interested in watching how it was created. I will give it to the coordinator for Wild Orchid Crafts, but I don't know, like I said, if I'm allowed to have two tutorials or not. So this video, I'll go ahead and, like I said, show you how I made it, and then for sure, if you want to see it's going to be a voiceover start to finish, so be very easy to understand how I created this and all the steps that I took. Essentially, just, you know, kind of in a nutshell, it's a 4x12 canvas. And I started out by covering it with book pages from a vintage book that I had. I covered it with the book pages all the way down to almost the bottom, at which point I switched over to some wood grain My Mind's Eye paper. And because I wanted to have kind of a table effect, because over here I cut out a vase, and I cut it out of some newspaper that I had that somebody had gifted me that was stamped on and had some things, a lot of color on it already. So I just cut out the vase and put it on here on top of the book pages. And then I gessoed the entire thing with a very light coat of gesso, kind of very, very thin in some places. I just wanted to kind of tone it down a bit. And then I used these 5 colors of gelatos. I used lime, banana, a bubblegum, I think that's bubblegum, yeah, bubblegum, and snow cone, and cotton candy. And I went over, you know, when you use gelatos, you just kind of like color like you're using crayons, and then just smear it with your finger, spritzed it with a little water, and got a real nice effect color-wise. You can kind of see the different colors, lots of different colors on here. It's really neat the way it turned out. I really like it. So did that, and then again, you know, just kind of really made sure it had a nice toned down, soft feel to it. Then I outlined my vase, and I used a lot of my Pitt Big Brush pens by Faber-Castell, I believe they're from. And those work so awesome. If you're interested in how those work, definitely go see my start to finish, because you'll see how you can put them on and you can smear them just like you can gelatos or crayons. They're just so amazing to use. And they gave a nice definition to this vase. I also did a little bit of stamping, not much, but I did a little stamping on the corners with a flourish stamp, just to kind of, when you do kind of an art journal style page, it all just gives a little bit of unique interest. Nothing is defined or perfect, which is what's wonderful about them. I drew some stems, and then I took my flowers that I used, and I used the trellis flowers. And what I did was, to make my life a little bit easier, like for instance, this one right here is painted or sprayed with Lindy's Stamp Gang Tibetan Poppy Teal. I went ahead and used the aqua colored trellis roses, and I'll have all the product codes down at the bottom. But I used the aqua color because it's already headed in that direction. You know, you're adding some color, but like I said, you've already got a jump start on it. So I used these, and these are 40 millimeter size trellis roses, and they're absolutely gorgeous roses. And then for the one that's done in, I used Delusions Bubblegum Pink, And so I went ahead and used, it's called Pink Mist. Beautiful color. 40, I have one left. I have 3 of the others. I'm running low really bad. These are just absolutely gorgeous roses. Again, 40 mil. And then I did, these are a mixed white and cream 40 millimeter pack, and I used the yellow in here to get my jump start on the lemon zest, to use the Delusions lemon zest on that one. And then I just used the white for my green, which is Sea Mist Green from Lindy's Stamp Gang. So I used the white for that because I really didn't have a different green one to use, so I used it. And again, like I said, I'll have all the product numbers below, but these were all 40 millimeter trellis roses. And then down here, I used white tulips, and I'll have to get the product code for those. I am just about out of these. I think this might have been the last of them. I'll have to look and see where I'm at with them, but I know I'm really running low on the tulips, and I just kind of turned them down and made a little like spray out of them, and ended up painting the, with my big brush pit pen, I painted the stems like, you know, with the black color, so it just kind of blended with the rest of the stems. And then the cherry blossoms, I used just the regular white cherry blossoms. They come 50 in a pack, so you get plenty of them. They will last you a really long time. They're awesome. I love the cherry blossoms. And they, as you can see, took the color, I mean, just beautifully, absolutely beautifully. And I did some other things to the color as well. This isn't a result of just the sprays. And then I also used, I have the little sweetheart blossoms down here, and that comes from the pack of 50 white sweetheart blossoms. So you get a whole lot of those in a pack as well. And as you can see, they took the color, I mean, just really, really well too. I mean, I love working with these flowers because no matter how saturated you get them with the sprays, and let me tell you, if you look at the start to finish, these guys were dripping, okay? I had them full of liquid, and they're firm, they're dried, they're beautiful. And so I ended up, some of these had shimmer and some didn't. You may know that the Delusions has no shimmer. So I had no shimmer in my yellow or my bubblegum pink ones. And so I used Centralizing Silver, and I sprayed over basically the entire canvas. Sides, they have the shimmer from the silver. I don't know if you can see it or not. Maybe it shows up. I'm not sure. I know it will show up on the surface of this because there's a lot of silver on it to give it that shimmer. You can see them on the red and the yellow roses. I mean, they just turned out absolutely stunning. I mean, they're just gorgeous. When I had that all done, I let them dry very good. Like, I let them dry overnight because, like I said, I had them really wet, but they just literally came back to beautiful form. I mean, just gorgeous. Oh, the little white dots you see, that is little spritz of Snowcap white alcohol ink, and I just spritzed it around. Some of it landed on a few of the flowers, so it makes them look like they're still white, but they're not. That's just from the white landing on them from the Snowcap. And of course, these are just some little Melissa Francis pieces right here, these little shabby chic pieces. I took, on top of these flowers, I wanted to give them yet another look, not just the shimmer. So I used this Paper Artsy Pearl Glaze. And it is really cool on these flowers. I love the way it looks. It gave just, they look like they're almost off of a cake. They're so beautiful. I love the pearl look. I mean, just, oh, look at that. There's going to be some still shots afterwards that you can look at, and I mean, it just turned out so neat. I even used that pearl glaze over my lettering. This is flowers, the lettering, music of the earth, and then it says Pinterest right under here. Just, I don't know if I'm required to give credit to Pinterest, but I don't know where the quote came from as far as if it came from a specific person, but I did get the quote off of Pinterest, and so I just kind of wrote that underneath there, and then I just colored the words you know, with some of the same colors that I was using. I actually took some of the gelatos and just kind of dipped my brush in water and touched it to the gelatos and was able to get that effect. And just played around with the outlining a lot. And this is one of the butterflies from Renee Bouquet. I've been talking about her lately quite a bit. And I thought, you know, one of the things I mentioned was there's hardly a project we do that a butterfly can't go on, and that's about the truth. And this, I thought, would be not appropriate to not have a butterfly on it with all these beautiful flowers. So yeah, these are just, I mean, I can't believe all the things I did to these flowers and how beautiful they look. I mean, they're standing up gorgeous and just, you know, they look fantastic. I did this one, I thought this was so cute. The vase actually goes over the side. It's such a narrow canvas. When I put the vase on, it kind of looked better by having it go across around the side of the canvas. And so I just made a stem that went around and put a flower on the side as well. And I liked the effect that had. So yeah, so here's my art journal canvas for Wild Orchid Crafts. I hope that you like it. And again, if you want to see the start to finish, you can look for it on the Wild Orchid Crafts channel. And if you don't see it there, look for it on my personal channel and you will find it there. So I will talk to you all soon. Bye.